It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the pledge of allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from home. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down his life. It's the red, white, and blue. While these stars in the stripes. From the hills of Indiana, from the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, while these stars in the stripes.
Hey everybody, tune in to Battle on the Homefront. I got a great show. My good friend Duran Miller, Purple Heart recipient, navigating life, the struggles. Big shout out to OKGOPtv and Chairman McLean for giving veterans a voice here in Oklahoma. I want to thank my sponsors, Prater Roofing and Construction, Heathen Laser Engraving, Active Duty RX, Barrage Coffee, American Wholesale Hemp. I thank y'all that help support me here in my mission, giving veterans a voice in Oklahoma.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
Battle on the Homefront. Thank y'all for tuning in today. I got my boy here, Duran Miller, high school friend, and we both served, and I think you got a powerful story and can highlight the struggles, the good, the bad, and navigating life. So please tell us, what made you join the Marines?
Well, I came from a family full of sailors, so
Right.
kind of want to be a little rebellious, so I definitely joined the Marine Corps, and my parents were in shock when I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What was your MOS? What did you do?
I first joined up and I was a low altitude air defense gunner, and then I lat moved and became a forward observer, and then a JTAC.
Nice. What exactly do you do with that job?
Well, forward observing, we do all the artillery strikes, stuff like that, and then JTACs, they do close air support and coordinate airspace for the strikes and stuff for the guys in contact.
Yeah, I got to work with two Marines that were forward observers, and I didn't serve with them, but they were in NTC when we were training before our deployment.
Oh yeah.
And they were just like, I don't know if they were recon, but that's y'all special forces and Marines, right? Recon.
Well, used to be. Now they actually have MARSOCs.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, these dudes were high speed, dude. They had long hair, like unbloused all the time, and there was only two during the whole NTC, so I don't know what they were doing. What duty stations? Tell us a little bit about your deployment, where you're at.
See, I deployed to Djibouti, Africa in 2007 for 5.5 months. And then that was out of Camp Pendleton. I was stationed in California for 6.5 years. And
Before deployment?
No.
Total?
Yeah. And then I got stationed in Afghanistan in 2010 for 8 months. And then went back to California. And then went to Okinawa in October of 2012 to Camp Hansen in Okinawa.
So go back to Afghanistan, because if y'all don't know this, now you do. He's a Purple Heart recipient. give us a little backstory. Tell us what happened with that.
That's from my 2013 deployment that I deployed out of Okinawa from. So, but that was an entertaining day, really.
Sure.
We got a mission kind of last minute, and we loaded up our trucks and we started heading to Sangin, Afghanistan. A lot of Marines know that have been to Afghanistan know that that's been quite a crap place to be. So I was nervous, especially with the lack of information that we kind of had going into this mission.
Like most missions.
Yeah,
Like
and
most.
so it was fun. Not really, but we made a wrong turn, leaving the fob to head to another fob. We made a wrong left turn, and like I'm looking, I'm in the turret, and I'm looking over the turret and stuff.
They don't worry, they can edit out all the cuss words.
But my major was in the back of the truck, and he just clipped me into the gunner's harness. First and only time I've ever worn a gunner's harness as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I heard it go click, and he said, "Miller, you're good." Poof. And it just sounded like two balloons going off next to my ears.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything went black. And I woke up and I was dangling. They flipped our truck, and there was like a little washed out creek next to the road,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking dangling there. And I was actually more worried about my wallet, because I had my wallet with like $500 in the turret.
What was you doing with $500 in Afghanistan?
Dude, I don't know. But we always did it.
What is that about?
You never know when you need to go to the Haji Mart and buy something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And American money goes pretty far over there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, EOD. Well, my buddies got us out of the truck, and EOD came rolling up, and I was like, "Get that freaking wallet." But I was more worried about my wallet than anything else. But that was really all I remembered for like 3 days, was me being more worried about my wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we hit it was about 100-pound bomb.
Wow.
So,
It's a big one. HME or did they?
HME, yeah.
HME. Yeah, them HMEs.
I think it was two yellow jugs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I remember a HME went off in our convoy and hit the front truck, and it threw this white mildew powder over everything.
yeah.
And I wonder, and I think a lot, even with the burn pit stuff like that, and HME and stuff, like, you breathed it. You know what I mean? Like the consequence. There's consequences to that kind of stuff.
Well, when we were in Africa, like, they burned everything at night there, and like, you'd be walking, you'd come out of your can, and you'd look up, and it almost looked like it was snowing, because there's so much ash in there.
Yeah.
And like, they burn carcasses.
Oh yeah, everything, trash. I mean, and I talked about it on the last show, talking about the burn pits. I know Afghanistan has a really bad one. They burned a bunch of batteries and stuff on the exit out of there. So many veterans are going to suffer the consequences from burn pits. And even in Iraq, where I was at, we were on a COP on the outskirts of Mosul, and we burned all of our trash, all the JP8 fuel when we left and stuff like that. And then another one was this, because we were on the COP, and you know what that's like, but we burned all our own feces, and we didn't know.
That's what we had to do in
Dude,
2010.
we had
It's
no
so gross.
mask.
It's so gross.
I know, we're out there with T-post stirring
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean, dumping JP out
Yeah.
in the middle of the COP, man, just filling up the whole thing. And
You had to burn everything.
Yeah, there are definitely consequences behind that, and I think with the HME too, that leaves definitely some kind of powder afterwards. I know we're gonna suffer. Our generation of warfighters will suffer and I said this on the last show.
Long-term respiratory issues.
Yes,
for sure.
and just like what Agent Orange was to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's definitely consequences behind that. And I think it's important for veterans to go get online to the burn pit registry, find out where you was at. And then I was looking up the other day, Mosul, where I was at, and 3 other, because I was on Diamondback in Mosul for a week out of the month, and we were on the COP.
Mm-hmm.
But I found out 4, one in Baghdad, Kirkuk, maybe, Mosul, they were built on like chemical factories. Yeah, like the worst location you could build a fob, and those were the 4 in the area, and then also from like 2009 to 12 was the worst time burning. What Deploy, Delay, and Die is a movie on YouTube. Y'all check that. Or Netflix or Hulu or something. But absolutely crazy story. If you have not seen that, go watch that. It talks about. That's how I found out about where the different spots. Mind blowing and healthy veterans coming home and dude, they're jacked up now. It's bad. The burn pits are gonna be a bad deal.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that I'm a smoker. I know you're a smoker.
I am. We're heavy smokers.
But I also smoke marijuana, but I've felt lung issues and respiratory issues since 2010.
I did after my deployment. I have dealt with extreme nausea in the mornings.
Bad acid
Drainage.
reflux.
Oh my god, dude, it's getting horrible, and
I wake up, I have to sit up straight for a little bit. Just get that gurgling in your throat.
Yeah, and I know that's all from burn pits, man. I think that's an issue, and what I was saying a second ago is if you are a veteran, you're getting out, or you've already served, go to the burn pit registries, find out about that, and get signed up for it so you can start documenting it and all that. So
I made sure I had. When we left Africa, our corpsman put sheets in our medical records saying that we were next to this huge burn pit that literally looked like freaking snow.
Yeah.
I mean, as sick as it sounds, it would be comparable to seeing the movies from like World War II, them burning humans.
Ashes.
Like,
absolutely.
Disgusting.
Yeah. What was y'all doing in Africa?
Just security missions mostly, and humanitarian work, port security, stuff like that. That was like the least kinetic deployment ever.
Well, that ain't always a bad thing.
No, absolutely not.
No. So what was one of the most memorable thing that stood out to you, good or bad? If you want to say both, whatever. On your deployment in Afghanistan, besides obviously the IED, because we know that was a monumental episode.
There was at one point, I got taken off a mission and I went back to Camp Leatherneck, and I kind of piggybacked with another team we were just doing like security for big convoys, and we do like ISR clearance for them to clear the road ahead and stuff, but I annoyed the captain so bad that I got banned from talking for like 3 days. Because like I was just all amped up on sugar. I'd be screaming in the turret just for no reason.
Yeah.
And he's, Miller, shut the And then he cut me off from talking for like 2 days. Not even kidding, dude. The junior Marines still message me every once in a while. Hey, Miller, you talked to Captain Yoshida yet? No.
I think for me the most memorable thing was we just got into theater, and I had a pretty high speed unit, squad, and we were on our COP. It was just up, so it's probably about 2 months after deployment we were there, and of course we think we're 18 series, we think we're special forces, and because we were very unregulated where we were at, we had our beards grown out. I mean, we had unbloused, as bad as it could get, and then our name tapes, we didn't even have our names. My whole squad went off of like the Reservoir Dog style, and so I was Mr. Blonde, and my squad leader was Mr. Pink.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was all bad, and so we were all there, and we were just thinking we're out in the middle of Iraq, and nobody's thinking. Anyways, we get a call on the radio, and comms, I remember like it was yesterday. They're like, "Hey, this is Aloha, call sign Aloha. We're coming in with a VIP," and it was like a 2-star general. They were going and looking at all the different little cops on the outskirts.
You guys are just all jacked up.
Dude, we were a soup sandwich. We were jacked up, out there thinking we were Green Berets, and we were not Green Berets. We were infantry, but we were not Green Berets. I promise you that. And they landed, and we popped smoke for the bird that came in, and man, my whole platoon got jacked up. And that 1 week that we were back, from then on, that week we'd come back to the FOB to refit, they were sending us on gate guard, just the most pogish, worst jobs you could ever do, and it was all bad. But hey, we're about to go to a break. Y'all stay tuned.
Introducing All new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for active duty RX by Cantech Labs.
American Wholesale Hemp is a farm-to-shelf distribution company dedicated to the prompt delivery of high-quality U.S. Farm Bill compliant PCR products. We hold our suppliers to the highest of standards of American hemp production and are committed to the service and education of our clients. American Wholesale Hemp is establishing a global network of those who value the quality products we have to offer. Contact your American Wholesale Hemp affiliate today.
Hey, we're back. Battle on the home front. My buddy Duran. And what's funny, we went to high school together, and we haven't seen each other probably since, and I don't think so, since high school. And we end up, I'm going to anger management classes at the VA. You remember that? And we seen each other there, and I looked across her, and I'm like, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Good old VA. You had any struggles with the VA coming back, or they've been pretty good?
To be honest with you, I'm not one to really actually complain too much about the VA, other than I know that a lot of those mental health providers up there, their solution is to drug you up, give you a whole bunch of pills and stuff. But really, I haven't had too bad of an experience. I mean, my claim took forever. I wanted to quit.
I'm still battling on.
I wanted to quit, at times, but luckily my mom was like, "You're not freaking giving up,
Yeah.
You deserve benefits,
for 110%.
But other than that, no real issues. To be honest with you, other than I swear that half the mental health up there, they just want to keep you doped up.
That's all they do. That's all they do. My wife gets so mad because I monthly get packages of pills coming in.
Big old bags.
And so I take all my products, and I'm completely pharmaceutical free.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully they don't see this and cut me off now, but for my benefits. But I want to very badly tell them, because what's crazy is you have to fake the funk.
Yeah.
You have to say you're getting the pills to do it. And I probably just shot myself in the foot on this, but I don't care.
We're not going to tell nobody.
No, but I'd rather lose my benefits than help people. But you have to fake the funk and say, oh yeah, I'm taking those, and I want to so badly be like, man, let me tell you about nootropics, adaptogenic herbs, CBD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if you're a cannabis smoker, God, but you got to fake the funk with them to continue getting your benefits, and that's a shame. It's a shame that veterans cannot choose a better quality of life other than pharmaceuticals to have quality of life, and it blows my mind. But what was your transition like coming out of the military to civilian life? Because that's hard for anybody. I mean, it's hard. And I think a lot of us go down some very hard roads, and I know you've been there because I know your story, and it's a good story. So
yeah,
and I like that mullet, by the way.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's rock. Look at that
Dude,
mullet,
you
y'all.
get a haircut though, don't I?
I tried to talk my wife into letting me have a mullet.
She said no?
Dude, she said no. I know. But anyways, please tell me your transition. Tell me your transition, man, and how it's been.
You definitely know quite. I won't get into the details of which but because definitely not enough airtime for that. But it was rough. My first year, I kind of faked the funk a little bit, trying to stay busy and shit like that. But like I said, it lasted about a year, and I just started looking into drugs and drinking way more, skipping work, talking crap to everybody, getting into fights nonstop.
Trouble. You think you lost that? You lost the mission. You lost the purpose.
Oh yes, I had no real purpose.
Right.
I didn't think that the civilians around me, I didn't like them.
Right. For sure.
Because they had, I guess, no sense of. For me, it's like urgency. Everyone's just lazy. Don't care about being on time
Right.
Don't care about their
what's
appearance.
Instilled into you.
Don't care about their appearance when they're going to go take care of something. But that's my opinion.
Right.
And how we conduct ourselves as military members, you know, while we're on active duty, you know, and it's like,
They don't seem proud.
But I also grew up a military brat, so I also had that ingrained in my brain for a long time, you know, how I think you need to appear in public if you're doing certain things and being on time. I still struggle with things not being on time or people being late. It's like,
I do too.
You make a plan.
My last name's Early, so like
you gotta be early.
You gotta be early.
And you know, I had run-ins with the law a few times. I've been on probation on 2 separate occasions. Been to jail a few times. Been in federal custody. Not fun stuff.
Yeah.
Actually kind of gets me going a little bit right
Yeah.
now. It sucks, you know, seeing the things that I've been through, and I'm definitely not perfect right now, but I am 110% better compared to what I was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, and I spent most of 2019 in Texas at a nonprofit that they only deal with combat veterans.
Awesome.
So,
and what is it?
That place is called Camp Hope.
Camp Hope.
Yeah, it's through PTSD Foundation of America, and they have a lot of donors. Like, you don't have to pay for a thing while you're there.
Awesome.
They give you clothes too, because they get like homeless veterans that are struggling with addiction.
The Hope Foundation?
Camp Hope, yeah.
Camp Hope Foundation. Y'all
Yep.
check that out if y'all are struggling.
Yep. And the only wicket for that is you have to be a combat veteran
That's
to
awesome.
get help there.
Yeah, I've heard
And
about them.
They'll fly you there. They'll fly you back home. They give you clothes if you're homeless.
You can't beat that, man.
Yeah. And they got, like, they do NA meetings, AA meetings there. They take you to counseling twice a week. They make sure you're at your VA appointments.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of that, we lose that accountability when we get out, and it's a struggle for us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that accountability and that purpose, that mission, that drive.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it too, and there's a lot of, it's a good attention. It's like, man, he's rocking. He's serving the country. When you come home and you don't feel like you're serving the country no more. You're serving the country, and you lose that, and I don't like saying attention, but that good feeling of attention that you get, that drives you to do good, you know?
Yeah.
How did you deal with mental health? Obviously, probably narcotics, but, you know, is there any other ways you dealt with mental health?
I attempted to go to counseling.
Yeah. At the VA?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably where we ran into each other after high school, was at the VA.
It was easily more than 10 years since we'd seen each other.
Did you graduate that class like I did? That anger management class?
Oh, no. I think I made it like 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you know what lost me in it is because they started talking about drugs and stuff, and the instructor, or one of the instructors that day, was talking about how weed makes you lazy and you don't want to do nothing. Oh, dude, totally turned me off. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, we're done here. So I think I dropped out too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't make it very long at all. I've probably been through like 5 or 6 attempts at trying to do those things.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few up there.
And then those classes that kind of turned me off, because there's a lot of older, and I understand that there's old Vietnam veterans that need mental health treatment, obviously,
Yeah.
but some of these guys will try to debo the class and make it about themselves instead of everyone's got to,
Yeah.
you know, try to work it out.
I'm
here.
pretty sure
Not
there was a
just-
guy
not just you.
When we
and
were
then
in there
you
together,
talk
it was
crap
the
to-
same. Yeah.
like an old, I'll just say it was an older guy, but he was an ass.
Yeah.
And basically anybody from a younger generation, he would kind of discredit them, and it's just like, that's why I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, and that's a place that's definitely a place for camaraderie, for brotherhood, figuring out. That's why I do what I do with everything I have is to build that camaraderie and that brotherhood. And we get vets from every angle, walks of life, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's important. So, your addiction, you went through Camp Hope.
Yep.
Right? Saved you?
Yep.
Feel like it saved you?
Oh, I'm fairly certain I'd probably be dead had I not gone down there.
Yeah.
And they got me there. I made the call, and within 48 hours, I was down in Texas.
Yeah.
Pretty
You
sweet.
can't beat that.
No.
How did your military experience affect your life, good or bad or both? tell us about good and bad, how military life affected you as the man you are today, the Medal of Honor recipient, or excuse me, no, Purple Heart recipient. Let's get the good. What did it instill in you? What did it do for you?
Appreciate life
Yeah.
a lot more, and certain little things that I guess like a warm shower, or having clean facilities to do stuff, not heating your food up in a bag or eating from a pouch. Even though I can eat some raviolis out of a can.
I still love MREs to this day, and I eat them for a year straight. Love them. Then that conditioned me into basically, like you just said, I can go in the refrigerator or in the pantry and pull out a can of, and not even heat it up, not even take it out of the can and just eat it, and it'd be good. So what do you think the bad aspect? Obviously, mental health addiction. What else do you think come out of that?
Bad.
I know it's a deep question.
Anger issues, and friendships and relationships that I've ruined.
Yeah.
That I would say that's definitely the worst.
Sure.
Because it affects so many people, and the veteran themselves don't really sit back and think that it's affecting so many people around them.
Yeah.
And I know it does, and there's times that you're just so angry you don't even care.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the bad.
Well, you're doing good, brother. I love you. I'm glad to see you doing better. I look forward to what we do in the future together, and I would love to have you help me with Battle on the Homefront or any aspect of that and the events we have and be a part of that. So
Absolutely.
My man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Love you, man.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
Battle on the Homefront. We got Moto, owner of OTU Media, and we got Stinkerbell. She's the battle cat.
Mascot.
Veteran owned and operated up here, and we know each other from way back in the day.
Hey, real quick though, before we get started, big shout out to OKGOP Chairman David McClain.
Yes, absolutely.
OKGOPtv up and running. Hopefully off to a great start with Battle on the Homefront, the monthly luncheons, the Veterans Coalition luncheons that we've been doing, and the weekly shows that you've been doing to give veterans a voice in Oklahoma. So,
advocating.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, and Chairman McClain and OKGOPtv doing a great job as well. And actually, there was something that got brought up at our luncheon this month. Major Ed Polito was talking about you being a good public speaker, and you had noted during your speech that that's not something that you do, and for everyone to bear with you. And I think that it's worth note for all of us veterans out there and people that are trying to be involved in our communities and get out and do something for the people around us. You're not a public speaker.
No.
And that's not something that you do naturally or comfortably. You're starting to do it very well because even though it's not in your natural skill set, you've been forcing yourself onto a camera and a microphone every week now.
You can't beat the fear, do it scared.
There you go. So, so because of your dedication to the mission and your opportunity to bring veterans the voice of other fellow veterans and help connecting with VSOs and these different organizations, you're putting yourself outside of your comfort zone to do that for your brothers and sisters. So
definitely.
I didn't want to interrupt Major Ed Polito. Great job too.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, sir, for coming to the
he's
luncheon this month.
he's I'm happy to say he's a good friend of mine now, and a mentor, and he's going to help support us with that monthly, and that relationship with him. He's a very well-known figure in the veteran community, and to have him on our team is just monumental, man.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he told the story about being on stage with President Trump in Tulsa at the rally, and then he got a lot of blowback from that.
Yeah.
But I could tell how unapologetic he was about his decision to do that, about his support for the president, about his support for the Republican Party.
And he had a good story about Biden as well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a very good story about Biden.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check out last week's episode from the luncheon, and he talks about that in there. Basically, how Biden is a dirtbag.
And you can find it on the Battle on the Homefront TV YouTube channel. So you guys go to YouTube right now.
Subscribe.
Yep, subscribe to Battle on the Homefront TV, all right? And hit the bell so that you get the notifications.
There you go.
You've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
And also, for anyone that is tech savvy and understands how to use their smartphone,
That QR code.
bam, there, we've got these QR codes. All you have to do, you don't need a special program or app or anything. Pull out your camera, point it at the QR code. It's going to pull up a link, and when you click that link, you're going to find all of Kyle's landing pages, websites.
There's a lot of platforms on there, so.
Yeah, resources for other veterans. So make sure you guys scan the QR code.
Everything
check
from
that out.
my business platforms to also, passive income opportunities as well. And if y'all don't know about ConnectMD, y'all check that out. It's a great way for passive income, extra monthly income. It's a starting company. It's going to be huge, and I worked out for veterans. I know Jason, he's the CEO of ConnectMD, and phenomenal opportunity for extra money. Talking about
natural telemedicine. Okay.
the only service like it though, and there's not, and I understand the importance of a unique product and all the companies that I have. And that's so important. And their product is a service that nobody's offering. That's 24/7, 365, within 15 minutes, have a doctor on your phone and can call in a prescription. And if you're a veteran, which I worked it out with Jason for veterans to get in on this opportunity for very low money, and you also have this service, but they can call in your prescription straight to the VA.
Right.
Bypass doctors, those waits. And then also, if you're not a veteran and you have co-pays, bypasses.
Well, and just like you guys were talking about in the last segment, the VA's response to practically every mental problem is pills, 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 pills.
That's it.
So the fact that ConnectMD is incorporating natural medicine into the repertoire of things that they can recommend and prescribe and refer people to is amazing.
Yeah,
that means that even if you're already on some type of telemedicine setup or whatnot with the VA doctors are not yet recommending naturopathic remedies for some of these problems or pharmaceutical-free paths to take with more counseling and less of the pharmaceutical substance.
And even on ConnectMD, there's counseling for mental health on there. And then on a whole nother aspect, now if you want to go the alternative option, you can go on there and you can get all of my products, pure canoceutical products, for a discounted price. Crazy discount.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? It's a whole nother realm of what they're doing, and that's why I love what they're doing. They're not only providing a service that's not out right now with having a doctor in 15 minutes on your phone, but they're advocating strongly for natural alternatives in medicine.
Yes, and that's what many veterans need.
Yes.
Truthfully. And we know that now because
saved our lives.
Witnessed it, yes, personally and in so many of our brothers and sisters. And so, even just breaking the stigma and leading the way and forging a path for natural medicine to make its way into that conversation is
huge.
Incredible. The other aspect that I love about what you're doing with Battle on the Homefront, though, is the entrepreneurship. So OTU Media here is my media company. It is veteran-owned and operated here. So to all of our patrons at patreon.com/OTU Media and all of our sponsors here at OTU Media, thank you guys so much. But I love the entrepreneurial spirit that you project onto the veterans and people that are around you.
We got taught so many powerful things that were instilled in us in the service. leadership, working well under pressure, accountability,
Mission accomplishment.
all of that, and we can turn that around, and you don't have to go do something. You know, I was infantry, so they said, you're going to go be a cop or you're going to be a security guard or something like that. No, I don't have to be. I can take the skills that were taught in me, and I can be the CEO of my own company. And I have so many options for veterans to be able to do that. And y'all can check out my QR code and go to that and shoot me a message and inbox me. You know, I got a veteran this week. He's launching his own CBD-infused coffee company.
Right.
And instead of like other coffee companies, I don't just let them sell it. I let them take my products, put their label, I help mentor and coach them build their brand, and they be the CEOs of their own companies.
Right. So let's talk about your CBD infused coffee, though, because it is on our website at OklahomaTaxpayersUnite.com. Right here, Barrage.
3 flavors.
Coffee Company. Yeah, absolutely. And this one here is this is the Snickerdoodle.
Yep.
And I understand you actually have a copyright on this flavor of coffee. Is
my
that right?
roaster is a good friend of mine. He actually has the registered trademark for Snickerdoodle, so that locks it up in all of the CBD industry. And so we have that, and I actually have 157 flavors available to choose from.
So everybody drinks coffee. I drink coffee. It took me years to start drinking coffee, but I finally gave in. So the people that are watching this right now, if you drink coffee in the morning, he has non-medicated or he has the CBD infused. When you purchase from Barrage Coffee Company, you're supporting a veteran.
Well, and actually a portion of all my proceeds for this go to Battle on the Homefront, and also Major Ed Polito's foundation, which is Heart of the Lions.
Ah, yes.
So I donate to not only Battle, but we donate to Major Ed's organization and helping veterans in every way we can with that. And the reason that I did a CBD-infused coffee is for people that have high-functioning anxiety, that are already going through those, coffee can be a trigger. Coffee can make that worse. And so that CBD is a great balance for people like that, and people that are not like that as well, just for overall health and wellness. But the CBD is a perfect balance for the anxiety and the jitters that you can get from coffee, but you're still getting the dopamine release of the caffeine. So it's a phenomenal balance.
While you're supporting veteran, and if the viewers want to find Heart of the Lion Foundation online, it's John Daly's
JDME.com.
Okay.
And that coffee will be on there. They actually have their own specific JDME line, and all those portions will go back to their organization. I love what Major Ed's doing. Man, that guy, he just advocates strong for us, man. And he gives a lot back, and he spends a lot of his own personal time away from his family, advocating and reaching not only veterans, but veterans' families, getting them scholarships and helping them with what they're doing. And man, he's a phenomenal guy, and much respect to him. So
great. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Hey, I want to hold on before we go. I want to shout out right here. Y'all check out OTU Media, man. Moto is a veteran-owned and operated company. This is how I do my podcast up here. If you're a veteran and you got ideas, you got something that you want to do, this is your guy. He can facilitate all this. He does all this for me for very low cost monthly. They edit everything. And if you go look at other podcasters or YouTubers, dude, they're miserable if they're doing all their own editing and all that stuff. On top of if they have a job or whatever, I couldn't do what I do without y'all up here. And if you have an idea, if you have a mission on your heart like I did, this is your guy. Y'all reach out to him. It's very well priced, and they will get you taken care of and get you where you need to be.
Yep, we're a cheap girl. So
yeah.
Anyways, all right, man. Hey, Battle on the Homefront.
Yeah.
Yep.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
American Wholesale Hemp is a farm-to-shelf distribution company dedicated to the prompt delivery of high-quality U.S. Farm Bill compliant PCR products. We hold our suppliers to the highest of standards of American hemp production and are committed to the service and education of our clients. American Wholesale Hemp is establishing a global network of those who value the quality products we have to offer. Contact your American Wholesale Hemp affiliate today.
Battle on the Homefront family. Thank y'all for watching the show today. Amazing show with Duran Miller, Purple Heart recipient, a high school friend of mine, and to hear his story, navigating life, addiction, mental health, coming home. Powerful stuff, y'all. This is helping other veterans. I want to give a shout out to OKGOPtv, Chairman McLean for letting me give veterans a voice in Oklahoma. My sponsors, Prater Roofing and Construction, Heathen Laser Engraving, Active Duty RX, Barrage Coffee, American Wholesale Hemp. Y'all scan my QR code. You can find all my platforms on there. I thank you for your support, and I thank you for supporting my mission.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from home. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down his life. It's the red, white, and blue. While these stars in the stripes.